April wrap up. I read 18 books during the month of April. How? Audiobooks. That's all I have to say, friends. Audiobooks 2x. But let's go through all the ones that I read, different genres. So the first thing I read was the Six of Crows duology. So Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Fabulous second part to the Shadow and Bone series. If you read that, it is a fantasy world with, it's YA, so there's not super spice, but Six of Crows, you can read it on its own. It's a duology, so 2 books, but it is 6 misfit people going on this impossible mission and making things happen. Everybody underestimates them, but we all like a good underdog, right? So if you like a fantasy with action, love how people bond together even though they are from completely different worlds, this is for you. I also read 2 Megan Quinn books from the Vancouver Agitator series because if you have not read that, fabulous. It's funny, it's spicy, it is romance, the boy banter is phenomenal. So if you like hockey romances, this is up your alley. And if you have not read Megan Quinn, you need to. So I read 3 Megan Quinn books, actually. I read So Not Meant to Be, Those Three Little Words, and Kiss and Don't Tell. So there you go. 2 were Vancouver Agitator books, but I highly recommend the Vancouver Agitator books. I've read the Kane series ones, cute too, but Vancouver Agitator books are so far my favorite. I also read Remarkably Bright Creatures, which has been a bestseller. Loved it. If you love mystery and octopuses, I surprisingly really enjoyed this book. This one's more of a life, make you think about life and what is important in life, kind of thought-provoking book, so I absolutely love that. The Unhoneymooners is a romance, and it's about 2 people that you wouldn't think would mesh well together. They are best friends of a bride and groom that end up getting really sick, and these 2 are the only people that can take that special gifted honeymoon. There's no refunds on it, so they're the only people that didn't get sick at a wedding, and they go take this unhoneymoon and end up, you know. Then I went on to read One for the Money. I read that one because it came highly recommended as a laugh out loud mystery, but still rom-com-y, right? And I wasn't as in love with this one. There are actually quite a number of these by Janet Ivanovich, and maybe I'll go back and try the next one and see if I like it more. But it is like a hit woman that is not trained to be so, but she falls into this, and it's just funny in how she tries to do things. It's got some romance and all that. Um, it was funny, it was cute, but it was not as funny as I thought, I guess. Maybe it was just hype up too much for me. So maybe I should give it another try. What I did love as a result of going down that path is the Finley Donovan series. There are 5 books out right now with an extra. Veronica Ruiz breaks the bank as one of the short novellas, maybe, is the sidekick. Vero is the sidekick to Finley Donovan. Absolutely loved and binged these audiobooks. If you're a mom, you are going to love just all the things in there about it. It is funny, it is romance, it is thriller because they're solving mysteries and there's crime and all this kind of stuff, but it keeps you on your toes, but it is funny. The characters are great. There's so much momming that happens and mom pains that you can resonate with. Love it, love it. Go check it out. El Cosimano was fantastic, and the narrator, Angela Dahl, is fantastic also. And Abby Jimenez is this is one of the only ones that I only have the physical book because I got it from the library. I wanted to read it again. Absolutely loved this book. It is one of my top favorites. Abby Jimenez has now become my auto-buy author. Everything she writes, it is deep, but done so beautifully, funny, cute. Just, if you haven't read her books, read it. I posted an order to read them because they're all standalone, but they are intertwined standalone, so they get better if you read them in order. I also went to the Happily Ever After playlist. I went out of order, like I said. I shouldn't have, but I did. I didn't know any better, is what I'm going to say for myself. Now you know. don't do what I did. I also read The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Loved 7 Year Slip, so I wanted to read something else by Ashley. This was cute as well. Didn't love it as much as 7 Year Slip, but there's still this paranormal romance, slight, fantasy aspect to it. It is cute. It is about a writer who stops believing in love, and so she says, I can't write about romance anymore. And ends up, she has this sixth sense kind of thing where she can see dead people, but not in a creepy way. And all of this, in the end, helps her believe in romance again. But there's this beautiful story of grief and love and reminding herself again what it means to love. I also read They Called Us Exceptional, which is a memoir, autobiography of an Indian American woman who, her family looks exceptional on the outside, but on the inside, this family is torn up with all the issues you can imagine. And so it is her story of finding herself, being okay with herself, figuring out what love is, what is to be accepted, to be loved, to be cared for, to be seen, to be heard, and accepted the way you are, and the whole journey around that is still going on, but telling her story of how she got to where she is okay with the boundaries that she set and how to get there. And the last one I read was Archer's Voice, and that is a romance that has been talked about all over TikTok and Bookstagram and everywhere as the romance book that people have loved. It was beautiful. I don't know that it is going to be my absolute top favorite romance ever, because there are some really, really good ones out there. One of them being Abby Jimenez books. And I think it just depends on where you are. It just hits different in your life stage, the things that you take out of it, all of that. So it was beautiful. There's so much to unpack there too. Every single book makes me think of different things, and I absolutely love that, and I absolutely love talking about it with you all. So that was my April reads. Let me know what your favorite read from April is and what is on your list. Did any of these come onto your TBR, and are you going to add it for next month? Let me know.